How about y'all? You got Hawg. We've got the Path of Exile 3.27 League reveal that's happened. And man, this thing looks actually pretty cool. Let's dive in and see what we've got. Come on, you piece of junk. So yeah, it looks like we've got a whole bunch of stuff, new skills, bloodlines, asynchronous trades, uber boss fights. Those uber boss fights look like something that's going to clap me into oblivion. Quality of life changes, supporter packs, all that good stuff. Before we dive into that, you know what time it is. Let's hear a word from this video's sponsor. Before we dive into today's PoE content, quick shout out to today's sponsor, Instant Gaming. If you're looking to grab Path of Exile 2 early access, they've got it for $18 instead of $30. That's 44% off. They also have Red Dead Redemption 2 Ultimate Edition for 18 bucks. It's down from 100. That's an insane value, y'all. I've been using Instant Gaming for a while, and their delivery is instant. Literally get your keys in seconds. Check the link in the description below. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video. And now, back at it. All right, y'all go check out Instant Gaming. Appreciate them for keeping the lights on. Appreciate y'all for checking them out. Okay, so look, this was overall a big W. We did this live on stream. We have a lot going on this month, so I'm trying to quickly go through this and just give you kind of my observation that I noticed and go over kind of the cool stuff that they're showing us here. But and I'm just going to touch on what I like. There's plenty of other guys that'll cover every aspect of this patch, league in depth. I just want to cover what I like, what's cool to me, what stood out. I did take notes during this like a nerd, fucking nerd. I don't want this to sound negative, but I'm just going to say it's a perception observation. So we know now that GGG is going into, like 2-month cycles basically. And something that I was concerned about when they did that was I didn't want quality of the content or amount of content to suffer because, if you're a PoE 1 player, you're used to leagues like King's March, So anyway, when I saw that it was Breach again, and we had in PoE 2, we had Abyss reworked. It's kind of got me concerned, and not to say this is bad. I'm just observing. Okay. It's got me concerned that this might be a pattern, and we'll just have to wait and see down the road. But I'm concerned that they might just continue to go back and pull old leagues and rework them because now that they're under pressure from, and it's our fault. We put the pressure on them. So there's no one to blame but us. But because we put this kind of pressure on them now, I'm wondering to see if we'll get original big, huge league reworks, expansion type deals like King's March, or if it's going to go into a little more kind of rework, modernize some old stuff they had, which that's fine too. All of these are great things. I'd love to see, Blight, for example, reworked. It's not a negative thing. It's just something that I observed. I'd like to see how it progresses. But I think they're under a lot of pressure. They talked about it in the Q&A with Ziggy. They're under a lot of pressure right now. And so I think it's easier for them, instead of trying to bang their head against the wall and think of something creative and, King's March style again. I think it's easier for them to go back and repolish or rework some of the mechanics. But looking into what they talked about with the Breach stuff, some of the frustrations that some players had with Breach, they've changed. There's 3 different types of Breach now, I believe. And there's one that has, you don't have to chase the circle. It's a wave, survive the waves. And one of the circles has a timer that you now know, how you killed all the things to require, the inside boss and his minions to spawn in once you kill, and then you get loot. Anyway, it's a lot of feeling about what we love about PoE 1. Looks like a lot of loot, cool art, power fantasies there. We've got new skills coming in. Before I get ahead of myself, we're talking about the trade from PoE 2 is coming to PoE 1. That's always a big thing. The biggest reservation that I had about this was like, I love my hideout in PoE 1, and I like people to come to my hideout. They still do that. So like that reservation was lifted on there. So that's really cool. I believe they said Act 6, you can have access to that. The glyphs that we just saw in the background video, that's really cool. One of the team, I forget who Mark said come up with that, but that was something. It's like tattoos on steroids, or maybe human growth hormone, but it's really cool. I think they said eventually you can have 2 of those active at a time, or 2 of those attached to your body. That was really cool. Um, it does, like, for those that are, I'm a Blight enjoyer. This is just, this is my channel, so it's what I like, but it's kind of, it's a little disappointing to have to do Breach again, especially with, like, that's like one of what, a handful of things available in PoE 2. So you've been doing a lot of Breach, like you come over here and then you still got Breach, which is fine. It's not a big deal, but I'd love to see next league or something Blight, something like that rework. Cause I feel like Blight doesn't ever get any love, or maybe Blight come to PoE 2. That would be cool to try to help out with, breaking up some of the boredom that some of the folks and myself are experiencing over there. But either way, it does look cool what they've done with the rework to keep it from being stale. That's just initial thoughts, was like, oh, we got to do Breach again. But for the Breach enjoyers, it's awesome. Look at all that loot right there too. Like, second I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, I remember. Some of that's going to be a little overbearing and whatever. But the dopamine hit looks like it's there. Yeah, here are these grafts, like skin graft. And they're grafting a new arm on your back. This is pretty cool here. Also gives you an extra skill to use. Super neat, super PoE 1 style there. Really cool. Means I'm going to get to go back and play with my Scion, see what she can do. And see, it's almost like having another, it's not even really tattoos on steroids. It's like having another item. It's really, it's going to be some folks coming up with some badass stuff here. The new skill and support gems. Let me touch on this here. This is the challenges. This is a L right here. Sorry. This is lame-o. Why do we want to grind and get this? This, I feel like they could have done a little bit better with this. To do 40 challenges to get this, who cares? And that's how their Twitch chat felt a lot too. It was a bunch of what the fuck is that? You got palms everywhere. Oh, stop. On the damn kneecaps and shit. Like a palm right here. A palms up here. I mean, it's whatever, but it's just not something that I personally would grind towards. And then we've got the new skills. Now, some of these, like the first one they're going to show here, is sick, and some of them feel like kind of PoE 2 like. Like this one is very PoE 1-ish to me. Really cool. Leaves behind some stuff that auto triggers again when something comes around, like, GPU break-in. This is it here. But some of the other skills to me felt like they took a lot of inspiration from PoE 2. I'm kind of concerned. I don't want to see, and they might just end up merging being one game, but I don't want to see a whole lot of PoE 2 style slower skills come into this game. I mean, it might just, it's inevitable, but I joked around on stream saying, I hope there's no combos. Hope we don't see combos. But anyway, y'all can dive into those more with the patch notes. There's some really cool support gems and stuff out there. Here's some more here. Some aura-based stuff, energy-based stuff, like these little energy beams fly around and hover around. This to me felt like PoE 2 a little bit. You may disagree, that's fine. Opinions like assholes, everybody's got one. Now the Bloodline classes, these were pretty cool as well. Gonna take me some time to really dive into each passive or keystone to see what it gives me and all that stuff. But this is going to be more power on top of power on top of power on top of power, which is what we like. More power. Maybe we can actually kill a white mob in one shot instead of having to do multiple shots. There are new Uber bosses. Maybe I'll get here, probably not. These are usually way above my skill level. Even PoE 1, which I play decently. I don't struggle with it like I do in 2, or at least the annoyance of getting through the campaign. But anyway, people always ask for Uber boss fights, or more boss content fights. So here they are. One of them has a really cool, kind of reflective mechanic. Let me see if I can fast forward a little bit here. Yeah, where these statues here, where you hide behind them. The regular boss, you can hide behind them, and the Uber version of the boss, they reflect these beams and stuff, and you have to actually set them up to where you can see right there, they kind of reflect. You got to set them up to where they kill the boss. And they drop, of course, Uber items that everyone's going to be trying to get. This one has retaliation. This one has triggered poison spells and stuff, increased spell damage. This one's increased armor, more light radius, more elemental resistances. On killing a rare monster, a random linked minion gains its modifiers for 60 seconds. Linked skills can target damageable minions. So just all kind of game breaking stuff, as is tradition with Path of Exile 1. Quality of life stuff. Without going into too rambling too much, it was heist. The one thing that I couldn't stand about heist was having to level up all these rogues and do all this shit. It felt like a lot, felt like chores a little bit. All of your, I guess all your rogues now are leveled up all the way. You don't have to do any of those chores anymore. You can just go in and do heist. So that was good news. Maybe I'll actually go play some heists now. You can now refund all of your points with gold, and you can refund all, which like, didn't we do this already with gold? Weren't we testing this for PoE 2, if I recall correctly, or no? Am I mixing up these games now? But they've given us a refund all now, so you can clear the entire tree out with one click. I know we've been asking for that for a long, long time, and it's finally there. There was no mention of removing regrets or anything like that, so I don't know if that's going to be a thing. This will be a big deal for Belton. They removed the beast orbs, so now you can just capture them for free or whatever and put them in your inventory. You no longer have to have a beast orb to do that. That's a nice quality of life change. There was something else. Oh yeah, this one coming up is big here. This was ID at every NPC at every act has an ID, so you no longer have to use scrolls of wisdom all the time to ID all your stuff. Especially in the very beginning of the game, that's super frustrating when you're out of scrolls of wisdom, or you have to use those to ID things instead of using them as currency early to try to get power quick. Whatever the deal is, it's a point of friction that's just kind of outdated at this point in time. Having the identify stuff, it really mattered in D2. It really doesn't matter today's day and age, at least to me. A lot of other folks, if it does to you, that's fine. So now not every NPC, but there'll be one NPC in every act that will have a free identify. So that to me is probably one of the biggest quality of life changes in PoE 1 for this league. Was this bad boy here. Super nice. I don't ever have to worry about that again. Cause I'm just, I just outgrown the identify system. You don't need it in last epoch. I really don't need it. Now, I don't know if they're going to remove wisdoms. And like I said earlier, I don't know if they're going to remove orbs of regret. I don't think so. They didn't mention that. So I don't see why they would do that. The next really cool, I'm a blight enjoyer, so this was really cool quality of life, was the ability, once you open one blight chest, it opens the nearby blight chest automatically for you. So that was really nice quality of life change that will save time in between your different blight runs. And also icons added here to see what map relates to what. Now also, I believe it was a control click on this stack of div cards. We'll take them out of a stack deck, identify them one by one, and put what it is in the chat. So you can still drop it on the ground to use your loot filter, but this is a quicker way to do that. That's nice too, because I do like div cards. And that was pretty much, I think that was it. Oh, you can use Veil Orb on Shrine monsters. Yeah, on a Petrified monster or Essence monster like this, you can use Veil Orb just like you could other things. I forget exactly what it is. It's been a while since I played this, or covering PoE 2, playing that, and playing all these other games. Veil Orb, I guess you can get something really cool, or in my case, get clapped into fucking oblivion by some fucked up monster. They showed us the new supporter packs. Got this kind of fire bull thing. This is really cool. Something noticeable is the top supporter pack for PoE 1 now is only $90. So it used to be able to spend a lot of money on PoE 1 stuff, and now you can only spend up to $90. So Not really sure about that, but anyway, you can go check out those supporter packs if you want to. They almost got me. Like, I really feel like Randy Marsh in South Park, the Walmart episode, was like, I gotta go buy this. They showed the where's this thing? The back alley. Where you are? This thing here. I'm gonna have to get this. You put this in your hideout, and this becomes your selling point. Where you can sell all your stuff, and he peeks his head out and stuff, and just here. I bitch about this kind of stuff, but then they get me every time with it. Not every time, but a lot of time. But anyway, super W as usual for PoE1. Not all the time, but a lot of times. Super W League. I don't think we're ever gonna have a giant. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just telling you how I feel now. I don't think we're ever gonna have another big giant rework like we did with King's March. That was kind of, I feel like, a send off. I don't want to say maintenance mode, because it's not in maintenance mode, but it feels like that we're going to start using some older content and repolishing it, which, as long as they do it right, it's fine. As long as the game doesn't feel stale and stuff, but time will tell. But anyway, unfortunately, we have so much content. I got a lot going on. We will not be able to league start this because it's on Halloween. We've got a Bornless. The Bornless is having another demo going on during Screamfest. I'm a partner for that game. I have assets in the game. I love that game. So that takes priority. So I guess November 2nd, we will start PoE1 League. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. So I hope y'all have a great league launch. I'll be playing the Bornless on Halloween. I really wish it wasn't Halloween that they released this. I really wish it was the week after that, but it is what it is. So I just have to join in about 2 days late. It won't be a big deal. I suck anyway at everything. So we can come in and y'all can laugh at my silent league starter, because I already know that's going to happen. Even though I always try to get a plan going for a good league start, it never goes that way. So anyway, appreciate y'all. Come by and see me. Come hang out with stream if you want to. If not, that's fine too. But see y'all next time.